Being a big fan of the film Angel Heart and its source material Falling Angel by William Hjortsberg, it's not a surprise that I found reservations with the literary sequel, Angel's Inferno, that was published posthumously. I shared in my review how it deviated from the original novel, not to mention the film it was adapted into. However, there are things in the book that I enjoyed reading. While I may not have liked the execution, these are plot points that kept my attention to the end. Here, I want to share 5 favorite things from William Hjortsberg's sequel to Falling Angel, Angel's Inferno. And kindly consider leaving a like, share, or subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Getting out of trouble. Angel's Inferno begins where the book and movie left off. Harry returns to his room where Detectives Stern and Demos are waiting to arrest him in front of Epiphany's murdered body. This is the closest thing to an Angel Heart reunion. So, of course, anyone would be curious how Harry gets out of this jam. I had advised not to look into the book as a sequel to Angel Heart, but in this case, we can't help it. Without Harry's escape, there is no story. Who would not be curious what happened immediately next? I named our protagonist Harry, and not Johnny, because the opening scene is the closest we'll get to Harry Angel that we knew from both the book and the movie. This is the reader's only and last opportunity to follow Harry's journey to redemption and escape. If you're wondering how Johnny got away, Favorite quickly rushes to the toilet, pretending to vomit so he can grab a hidden revolver. He soon puts the gun into Demos and quietly exits his apartment, where he leads the dim-witted detective into the basement, murders him, and hides his body among the rats. This is the first of many that foreshadows the cruelty or indifference that the favorite personality is in control over who we knew as Harry Angel. Escape from New York. Johnny Favorite goes into hiding but wants his revenge on Louis Cypher. He plans to take a flight to Paris, France, but only out of LaGuardia, New York airport. With the law looking out for him, Favorite sneaks into the airport using a disguise, helped by the fact the police are looking for Harry Angel, and not the forgotten crooner, Johnny Favorite. If the police wasn't enough, Favorite is spotted by an old acquaintance from the prior book. Of course, Johnny is getting blackmailed as Harry Angel the Fugitive. But Johnny doesn't have patience for this. He doesn't need to look deep into his soul to bump his kill count +1. This part of the book works because it acknowledges consequences for Favorite's prior actions. There is little of Falling Angel left in Angel's Inferno because most everyone is dead. Even Harry, who was once the heart and soul, is gone. This is the most tense part of the book, which is not necessarily a good thing since there is still so much to read. Detective Stern goes to Paris. Speaking of who's left alive from the book and the film is Detective Stern. Putting clues together, Stern flies to Paris searching for Johnny Favorite in an effort to save him. I still have this vision of Stern being from New Orleans. I just love the idea of Stern traveling across the globe because he won't let anyone skip out on Louisiana law. This was my favorite plot thread and really was a pleasant surprise. It's almost like a piece of Angel Heart making a cameo appearance. As I said earlier, I may love the idea but question its execution. Stern eventually gets his interview with Favorite and doesn't recognize it's Harry Angel in a wig. Stern doesn't even remember the voice. As written in the novel, Johnny Favorite has a big fake wax nose, a result from his facial reconstruction surgery, and the detective couldn't put 1 and 1 together. It's a good read because there's history from the book, and by association, Angel Heart. How Favorite deals with his antagonist is another matter. It closes a chapter in Favorite's life, but opens a new one with a very common theme. Now, if you were curious if Harry's wax nose was mentioned in Angel Heart, the answer is no. It was written into the script, however. When Epiphany meets up in Harry's room, Harry was to briefly talk about his potato nose and how he remembers little before the war. What little was revealed about Harry's health is an off-the-cuff remark to Cypher and symbolized with a nose shield. When Favorite met Cypher. I think the most anticipated event is Favorite reuniting with Cypher. Will he get his revenge? Can Johnny kill the devil? Favorite reuniting with his antagonist is the reason most readers pick up the book in the first place. This is another example where you really should put the movie out of your head. The Devil in Falling Angel is very similar to the film, although De Niro was more subtle and mysterious. The Cypher we know in Angel's Inferno is more of a con man, a performer, someone just having fun. If you look forward to seeing Harry Angel meeting Robert De Niro's Devil, you may be disappointed. In summary, Favorite tails Cypher, taking a brisk walk in the outdoors, where he confronts and shoots Cypher with a pistol multiple times. While Cypher takes a fall, he quickly recovers, heals, and makes it known he's invincible. I expected a moment of catharsis, an exciting build-up. Yet this is not the climax of the book. It's just one of many experiences Johnny struggles through. That's the thing I took away from this, that there was more and something different left to explore in the book. Having read this section of the book again, I'm not as disappointed as I felt the first time. Cypher drops hints who was responsible for certain murders. It just comes with less convincing evidence. However, the Devil does address a lingering question of who killed Epiphany. But would it be canonical to the film? Different Johnny, same Johnny. My final entry is more of an assessment of the character after knowing Johnny Favorite through 2 novels and the film. We followed Harry Angel uncover a conspiracy hiding Favorite from his whereabouts. There is murder, death, and the reach of law enforcement. In Angel's Inferno, we follow Johnny Favorite's conspiracy to hide Harry Angel's whereabouts. There is murder, death, and the reach of even more law enforcement. This is particularly represented by Stern's symbolic replacement with a French inspector who will continue to dig, search, and uncover the truth. History repeats itself with different names and disguises in different places and continents. Favorite turned to diabolical plots to get himself into, then out from under a deal he had with the devil. He repeated the same patterns of evil to get him in and out of trouble because of it. Evangeline Proudfoot once described Favorite as close to true evil she'd ever wanted to come. By the end of Angel's Inferno, we see perhaps there was no one closer to the devil than Favorite himself. Let me know in the comments below, what were your favorite moments in Angel's Inferno, if you had any. This is Mr. G. Synergy. Thanks for watching.